Okay, one of the features that I want to specifically talk about because it helps um, Kaylin with the sensory processing disorder side of her diagnosis, and it is becoming more noticeable of how challenging it can be for her in noisier environments. And I'm talking like think about a restaurant specifically. She's very motivated by food, very motivated by social interaction. So, one of the areas that we want to focus on is community settings, but very specifically, what would it look like for Kaylin to be able to go out to a restaurant or a mall type setting with a group of peers and eating for her very specifically? So, one of the features that I really, really like, it's called conversation focus. So what it allows is when she's wearing the glasses, if it's a really, really noisy environment, Kaylin has a really hard time being able to really kind of drown out the noises and focus on the person that is speaking to her. I want to test it because we've got a sound pod on our device, and that helps the communication partner. So if they're sitting across the table from her and it's a really noisy restaurant or bar, the communication partner can hear her because we have.
To eat peanut butter and jelly.
Oh, we're getting ready for lunch here, but I'm going to show you what the pod piece looks like. Right, it's basically a detachable, boop, speaker. So love that. Restaurant wise, you can use AI. And again, lots of caveats with using AI because of the repercussions, right? But love that feature. Really helpful to anyone with hearing loss. I'm thinking about my husband. We've been through 2025, really put us through the ringer. So this is actually really helpful because we're thinking about these glasses to help Brendan as well with the tinnitus and hearing loss. So that's one thing, but also with Kaylin, really helpful on the sensory processing side. So what we want to do is we want to try it out at a noisy restaurant. So, and we want to just see how it works for her. Stay tuned. But that'll be one of the videos, and I'll link it to this reel. But excited to test out this feature. Weigh in if you already have. Sometimes the prompts can get a little sticky or tricky. But this is what I've joined a Facebook group that has a lot more members in it. So more helpful on kind of the feedback and some features that I'm playing around with. Largely because of Kaylin's vision impairment, but we're finding some features that are really helpful on some of the other considerations that are top of mind for a family like ours because of Kaylin's sensory processing disorder. Lots of overlap with autism or neurodivergence. On kind of like the sensory stuff with Kaylin. And we're not offended if you assumed that she was autistic because we have been evaluated in multiple states, and that's how I approach some of her sensory challenges. But she's unique, man. She's got a sweet spot. She's a sensory seeker until it's too much, right? I think she's just got a sweet spot before it turns into dysregulation for her. And that's the part that is really tricky when we're looking for respite or encouraging this level of independence of how can we safely really make some of these accommodations, right? Without it overwhelming Kaylin to the point that she wouldn't want to try an experience again, right? As we're really, really mindful of that because we have a kiddo that is really, really excited to try new things, really open to it. But I have a feeling that, like, she just remembers specific things about specific experiences, and that influences so many things. And I would hate for it to turn into, well, I never want to go inside a restaurant again, because she does. She enjoys it, and that's a really, really big part of socialization as an adult. Think about what we do with our friends, right? We meet up at coffee shops, we go to restaurants, we do all these things that are typically surrounded by food, and the environment of a restaurant is, one can expect it to be noisier than home. So, stay tuned. That's the feature that we are going to play around with in our next 2 to 3 videos. And again, I always keep the longer ones up on YouTube.